Hi, and welcome back. I'm glad you joined us. We are in Proverbs chapter 1 today. If you haven't already read it, that's okay. You can take time to do it now or by pausing this video, or you can just follow through the video and then read Proverbs. But I don't want you to miss Proverbs chapter 1. It's really important. It begins with the first 7 verses of Proverbs chapter 1 really talk about why. Why are we in this pursuit of biblical wisdom? And the first 7 verses really talk about to apply what I know more consistently without fear. To apply what I know to my life more consistently without fear. To be more disciplined so I make fewer dumb mistakes. How would you like that? To be able to live life making fewer dumb mistakes. This is one of the reasons why I'm in this book every single day, is so that I can take something new from the Word into my life every day to help me make fewer dumb mistakes. To do what I know right now. Now, number one, when you read through Proverbs chapter 1, I want you to have this word on your mind, and it is the word listen. Each day, and this is how I teach the book of Proverbs, is that each day we read through a chapter of Proverbs, we summarize it into one word. Sometimes that takes some exercise to put it into a sentence or put it into a phrase. Sometimes it's an exercise of how many times I'm going to write down a similar word from that chapter. But Proverbs chapter 1, the overarching theme of Proverbs chapter 1 is being a good listener. Listen. Now, the aroma of Proverbs chapter 1 can be any truth from the 33 verses that promote living better today, listening better today. And listen, this is a practical exercise that will help you in every facet of your life, being a better listener. But when you get into the Proverbs chapter 1, and specifically you look at Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7, this is where we go from aroma to taste. It says this: the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. It's not knowledge itself. The fear of the Lord is not knowledge itself. It's the beginning of knowledge. You see, the fear of the Lord is about respect. It's you probably won't listen too much to someone you don't respect. And I want you to think about that for just a moment. When someone comes at you or you have a conversation that's difficult with someone and you don't respect them, probably you're not going to listen much. Now, some people will gain positional respect from you because they're your boss or they're a parent or a spouse or a mentor. But if you don't respect people, if you don't learn to respect them, you're not going to become a good listener. And here is the challenge with the Lord. If we don't honor Him and respect Him, we're not going to be good listeners. And so, learning first to be a respecter of who God is, maybe the aroma and the taste can work together today to maybe check your respect meter. Check your respect meter. How are you doing in your respect of who God is in your life? How are you doing with respecting authority in your life? Not just the Lord, but other people, so that you can listen. Now let's talk about the strength gained from Proverbs chapter 1. Verses 8 and 9 says, listen to people who have gone before you. It's about listening to your parents or mentors in your life. Being able to hear what other people have to say who've gone before you. Not being so mature to think you have all of the answers or you know all the truth and you don't need somebody who's older than you or more experienced than you. You're going to do it all on your own. That is foolishness. And pretty much 15 or 20 times throughout the book of Proverbs, you will see that example levied as a definition for foolishness. Acting like you know it all. We all experience that. But verses 8 and 9 of chapter 1 really talk about listening to people who've gone before us, who've lived longer than us, who have more experience than us, that we actually listen to them. We look to apply or search and find ways to apply what they're saying in our lives. Maybe it's a mentor, or maybe it's a book, or maybe it's a video, or maybe it's even school for you. And then verses 20 and 21, this is another level of the strength gained. Wisdom is making itself known in every situation. Now, taking this into your life, what does that mean? That means that in every circumstance, in every situation, whether you're in a boardroom or whether you are dealing with a difficult client, or you are in an argument at home with your spouse, or having to bring correction in the life of your children, or you're experiencing great joy in your life, and you're looking for wisdom in each circumstance, in each time, in each place, you're looking for what God is saying, how God is looking to shape your experience. Wisdom is making itself known in every situation. Listen to what is real in your environment. Your circle of influence, your circumstances, don't isolate your vision on one myopic viewpoint. This is really important, that when you're in a conversation and you're listening to someone, don't make up your mind and then focus on that one thing that they've just said. Maybe it's the one thing that just offended you, or maybe it's the one thing that you agree with, that now you've got confirmation bias and you're not going to listen to anything else they say. That's all you've heard. In every circumstance, we can learn when we're listening, even when we're being corrected and our pride is starting to rise up in us. We can learn to keep that down and walk humbly so that we can listen clearly. We can still learn how to live. We can still walk in humility. Now, the transformation really sums up in verse 33 of chapter 1. It says this, but whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm. Now, at first glance, that just sounds like a Pollyanna existence, to think that whoever listens to wisdom will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm. Now, that's actually not what that means. It doesn't mean live a Pollyanna life. It means becoming a great listener gives us the ability to talk less. I have a great friend who I've coached wrestling with who says this: you can't listen and talk effectively at the same time, one or the other. So you choose which you're going to do more, which are you going to do less. My choice is to listen more and to talk less, because when I talk, sometimes I get myself into trouble. And so I'd prefer to listen. I don't ever get myself into trouble when I listen, but I do get myself into trouble when I talk. So listening in every circumstance over time will decrease fear of risk. Why? Because now I'm learning what I'm hearing. I'm understanding what I'm hearing, and I fear risk less. I fear rejection and I fear failure less. Why? Because I am now listening actively and completely. You're not rushing in and making rash choices without listening first. So Proverbs chapter 1, first goal, first application, first summary. Number 1, listen. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you for Proverbs chapter 2. Have a great day.